Jesus Christ, my hair is frizzy today. Are the Yeezy 350 Beluga Reflectives worth it? Hey everybody, I am Actors, and welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and sneakers. And today, we're going to be taking another look at the Yeezy 350 Beluga Reflectives. Jesus Christ, Yeezy names are getting long. Anyways, before we unbox these sneakers, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's see what's in the box. As always, I like to start by talking about the box, and Yeezy 350s come in this kind of cardboard box with 350 on the top, boosts on the side, size tags and all that stuff right here, and a sliding door kind of stuff here. Lifting up the wrapping paper and revealing the goodness. Seeing a fresh pair of Yeezy Belugas once again really brings warmth into my heart. These sneakers were just so legendary, iconic when I was kind of growing up, and I really like that they restocked these things again. Definitely one of my favorite pairs of Yeezy 350s. Here's a closer look at the new 2021 Yeezy 350 Beluga Reflectives. Some background information: this sneaker originally came out in 2016, which was basically the same colorway, but it wasn't reflective, and it blew minds. I mean, this sneaker was crazy, out there and stuff. It was almost like the inverse of the zebras, you know, that had like lighter colors and red. This one was darker colors and it was orange. It was a time where Yeezy 350s was honestly at the height of their game. I would definitely say that like the years between 2015 all the way to 2019, I would say, were like the high points of Yeezy 350s. Now they're kind of dwindling. Now they kind of release a lot of boring colorways and dull colorways. They're coming back. They're coming back, but this is a good sign that I think that they are coming back. Is that people are still pretty hyped to see these sneakers. But is it worth it? Is this reflective pair worth it over the normal 350 Belugas? Is it worth buying this sneaker again? Is it worth the first time buy? That's what we're here to figure out. So we'll start by talking about the styling of the sneaker, starting with the sole of the shoe. So the outermost layer of this outsole is covered in a rubber with lines that kind of look like a waffle. Got some horizontal lines and vertical lines and stuff, and it's all translucent, so you can kind of see the boost over. If you just shine light through, you can kind of see the boost. And also they just have flat out exposed boost showing here. Exposed boost on like the waffle pattern, and back to the heel, more exposed boost. Flipping the sole around, on the top of the heel we have a little plate right here, a rubber plate that just says boost on it, so you know what makes your feet all comfy when you're wearing a pair of Yeezy 350s. This name does not really carry the same cliche like it once did, but it's still iconic to me. Swimming up to the midsole of the sneaker, we have more of that translucent rubber that is all ribbed. So the way that the sole is formed, it gets really thick towards the heel, which where you need probably the most padding, and it kind of just thins out. And the color of this rubber is the same on the outsole, and it's called stapled gray, but I think we all just call it Beluga. Like, what color is the shoe? Is it gray? No, we just call it Beluga because that's just the color of Belugas. Belugas are pretty cool, by the way. On the inside of the sneaker, it's kind of styled a little different. It's more Coke bottle style, with skinny up here, fat right there, and then it thins out, just so you get more added support and structure to the shoe. Also, something unique to this 350 is this part right here. The kind of outsole kind of wraps up to the top, and normally this portion right here that's wrapped up is a different color compared to the rest of the midsole, but on this one it's not. It's actually the same color. Some people, that drives people insane that it's different. I don't mind. I honestly don't even care. It's just something to make note of. Coming to the uppers of the sneaker, now this is why we are all here. The first thing to note is that this sneaker has two kind of tones of gray that form together to make that swirly zebra, you know, spiral pattern throughout the entire sneaker. And this sneaker is pretty cool because it has a lot of little tiny orange specks just covering throughout the sneaker, all woven in that nice prime knit. I love prime knit. It's one of the most coziest things in the world. It's also really durable too. It's just awesome. Everybody loves prime knit. It's what kind of gives, you know, Yeezy 350s as well as Ultra Boost that extra premium feel. But those orange speckles is clearly not the only part of the sneaker that is orange. We have that iconic Yeezy 350 stripe going down the side of the outer portion of the sneaker, and it is awesome. I will criticize the hell out of the Yeezy 350 Beluga 2.0s because they kind of inverted it and didn't have the orange stripe, which was ugly as hell. This is how the Belugas should be. I wish more Yeezy 350s had that kind of pop out stripe on the side. They kind of went away from that, and matter of fact, they kind of try to take it out by changing it into like some sort of translucent material, which I don't know why. I mean, this is where the 350s were at, man. This is what everybody really noticed the most in Yeezy 350s, was that cool color stripe. And we also cannot forget what is on that color stripe, Supply 350. Some people argue what this means. I think it means supply for Yeezy supply, but some people would disagree with me and say it means St. Pablo loves you. But I think they're crazy. I think it just means supply. Let's talk more about the middle of the sneaker. One of the awesome things about a Yeezy 350 is to have a stitched line going down the middle. This one on this sneaker is super pronounced in that two-toned gray. It also features rope laces right here, also styled in that two-tone gray. And I also love looking at old 350s from the front because you can really get a good look at that kind of spiral patterns on each side and how each side of the 350 is really different from the other. Really helps make the sneaker stand out. I haven't really talked too much about the heel of the sneaker, but there's not really too much to be said. As you can see, that line also carries throughout the heel of the sneaker, just for probably just added detail. As well as this Yeezy 350 does not have a pull tab. Me, I am pro pull tab. I love the added pull tabs on Yeezy 350s. I think it's kind of like the same effect of adding on a wing to your car. It just makes it pop out even more. But this one doesn't have it. Some may argue that you can just grab onto this and use this as a pull tab. Almost forgot to talk about the most important thing of this sneaker, and that is also the reflective sparkles that are kind of woven into the prime knit of this sneaker. Is why this one's called the Reflective Belugas instead of just, you know, a normal restock of Belugas. And I gotta say, it kind of sucks. Like, I'm gonna probably show you some video right about now. It barely really shows up on camera, and there's not a lot of it. You know, not as much as I was expecting. I was expecting to see a lot more pop like on the Yeezy 350 Blacks. Not a whole lot on this one, which is actually really disappointing. It reflects a lot less than other 350s, which it's kind of shameful in a way. Like, come on, this is the Belugas. Why can't this reflect more than those sneakers? But it doesn't, and it's honestly kind of sad. But it does not make the sneaker bad by any means. You know, it's an added bonus feature of the sneaker, which, if anything, adds to the sneaker. It's just not as much as it should be. Lastly, let's dive into the interior of the sneaker. Sock liner, all gray, of course. Inside padding is done in gray. Really nice, really comfy. Love that. That's what makes the sneaker so awesome to wear, is the added padding inside. Also on the top right there, you can kind of see one of the very few Adidas logos on the sneaker right there. The Adidas stripes make an appearance. As well as the Adidas logo pops up on the insole of the sneaker right there. It also says Adidas, but it also says Yeezy to make sure you know that this is really a Yeezy. And yeah, that wraps up pretty much the styling of this sneaker. Super gorgeous, super iconic. Oh, I just love it. You know, even though the sneaker is crazy, you know, your sneakers are 90% of your outfits. And you could throw this on and your outfit is 90% awesome. And really, whatever you wear is just gravy. You know, obviously with this one, I think you should wear probably darker colors. You know, I would go with maybe a pair of black jeans, gray jeans, something like that. And then the uppers, maybe some darker colors like a gray shirt, which is what I'm wearing right now. or maybe something with just a little bit more color pop to it, maybe some orange on there to kind of bring out the orange of this sneaker. You know, you can do something like that, but I just prefer just kind of toned down colors and maybe just a little bit of color pop on the top. That rhymes, color pop on the top. Anyways, yeah, that's how I personally would style the sneaker, but you can honestly do anything and your outfit would be dope. It's very hard to make a shitty outfit with these, that's all I'm saying. With that being said, if I had to give the sneaker a rating between 1 and 10, I would honestly give it a 9.5. Almost our first 10 out of 10, because these sneakers, in my opinion, are really special. It's a special thing because it's a Yeezy, iconic Yeezy, and it made them reflective. The reason why it doesn't get a 10 out of 10 for me is because the reflectiveness should have been more, should have been crazy. If the reflective material on this sneaker was out there in your face kind of way, when you shine a light on it, this sneaker would have gone bad shit. Like, how does that even work, you know? Because this one had more stock or something. It blows my mind. It blows my mind how that works. I honestly thought that this sneaker was going to have a crazy resale. Higher at least than the normal Belugas, but it doesn't. It has a lower resale. Maybe someone in the comments below would tell me, maybe because Yeezy 350s don't have hype to them anymore. Maybe because 350s were always kind of ugly, and this one was the ugliest 350, so of course it's going to have a low resale, and the reflectiveness sucks, so this sneaker sucks. The only thing that sucked about the sneaker, how they give $20 more retail for the sneaker. You know, normally these sneakers retail for $220, but this one retailed for $240. But I guess it's kind of more worth it because you're getting reflective in this one and the other ones you don't. Still though, I kind of think it's, you know, why? Or maybe because inflation. And inflation right now is pretty bad. But anyways, I'm going to talk about the last thing about the sneaker, and that is the future. Where is the sneaker heading? I think it's going to hit the freaking roof. I think $300 is actually way too low for these sneakers. Because look at the original Belugas right now. Insane resale. Insane resale. This one, not so much. And this is a bargain sneaker. And people are going to take note of that. And people are going to start buying this sneaker up. And that's crazy stock is going to go lower and lower and lower. And when that does, people are going to realize the really true value of the sneaker. And that's when it's going to explode. It's probably not going to explode right now. I would say it's going to do it maybe late spring, early summer. Or maybe winter time if I'm really that wrong, but definitely the sneakers resale is gonna double. So the Yeezy 350 Belugas, absolutely amazing sneaker, amazing styling, amazing everything. Wish the reflective was a little bit more. Absolutely bargain of a shoe right now. I mean, $300 for a pair of Belugas, insane in my opinion. So definitely worth it in my opinion. And that is all there is to be said about the sneaker. So the Yeezy 350 Beluga Reflective. What do you guys think about it? Comment down below your opinion, like and share for that YouTube algorithm. And last but certainly not least, subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and exit off with on feet footage. So let's get to it.